Good morning, boomers. The voice here, the crypto commander-in-chief, Champagne. Shout out to my crypto capos. Indeed, this is a live stream. We're preheating the oven here, 450 and beyond. Make sure you're touching the buttons as the crypto maniac boomers worldwide tune in to this live broadcast. I see XPO in the box, AKPOS, Miss Archie, and the rest of the boomers who are tuning in. Guys, touch the buttons for me if you can. Like, subscribe, post notification bell, ding, ding. You guys know the deal. Button it up. Stay spruced up here for this bull run that seems to be occurring sooner than later. Guys, today we're talking about a interesting, cool story, bro. Bitcoin time traveler price predictions. If you haven't heard about the Bitcoin time traveler, this is an interesting story that's been going on for a few years via the Reddit. And we're going to be talking about those price predictions. I'll read to you an article that I came across this morning as the Bitcoin prices continue to hold strong out there. It seems like this so-called time traveler that posted, I believe, in 2013, he made some interesting price predictions. So far, they've been on the nose. What are his price predictions for 2019, 2021, and beyond? Shout out to Crypto Stash. Shout out to Miss Archie. Shout out to AKPOS. And the rest of the boomers. Shout out to CryptoZilla. I see you, crypto maniac boomers. The markets are looking healthy. It seems like we've found some sort of a mini support level. I wouldn't call this a support after such a quick rise in price, but it seems like in the past 24 hours, the crypto market has seemed somewhat stabilized out there. So let's see how long it may stay stable, if it were to continue to rise or decline. We'll be talking to that as well. Shout out to Archie. She says Zilla's her favorite lizard. Shout out to CryptoZilla, our decorated sniper out of Japan. Keep booming out there, Zilla. I appreciate you every day in the box. Miss Archie's here, AKPOS, Crypto Stash, another decorated official. XPO and the rest of the boomers. Go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know that you're here in the box. Don't hide in the crypto closet. Drop a positive comment, guys. Don't be a silent lurker out there. I don't need any silent lurkers. There's always a lone wolf out there downvoting. I got always one or two lone wolves that still listen to Champagne after I probably wasted them out of the box for acting like a funny bunny or like a baby bear cub. They got sniped out the box. And there's always one or three that downvotes, but the majority of the boomers are here. I see Sky Operator. Yo, I see you out there. Keep booming. As the rest of the boomers tune in today. Again, we're talking about this Bitcoin time traveler story that has been circulating for a while now on Reddit. He's made some interesting price predictions, and nonetheless, it's an interesting story that I like to share with you guys, and I'll be sharing that article in just a moment. Shout out to Jason Parent out there in Nova Scotia. Let me drop a bomb for Nova Scotia. Shout out to Revolutionist, our Cardano general out of the UK. Boom. Miss Archie says, come out of the clouds, crypto lurkers. Yeah, there's people in the crypto closet, and I know there's some silent lurkers out there. Drop a comment out here, guys. If welcome to the box. Build with the boomers here, the brothers and sisters. We got crypto chicks as well. Shout out to Archie. The few crypto chicks, and we appreciate them as well. CryptoZilla says, do the crypto stomp. Shout out to Zilla. Jason Parent says, $100,000 this year. We'll be talking about what these price predictions are. And again, nonetheless, it's an interesting story. And, maybe you guys are interested with that as the price seems to hold strong so far. Lost face in Cardano, said John Xavier. I told you, Cardano's got T-minus 3 days to roll out this Shelly. Maybe Revolutionist, the top 8% holder of Cardano, could let us know what's going on out there, because people are losing their patience. I was reading some forum posts regarding Cardano and their involvement with Africa, and they're trying to bring wallets out there to Africa, and they're calling now they're calling Cardano the SJW coin. It sounds like a social justice warrior coin, which I thought was funny. I thought that was funny as well. I like Cardano, guys, and I'm rooting for Revolutionists and all those Cardano bag holders, but at the end of the day, we're not giving anybody a free pass out here. You're either performing or you're getting sniped out the box. Boom. Staking goes live in June, says Rev. Okay. Queens Racist says, good morning. Shout out to Queens, another decorated official. Guys, check out Queens' channel. Queens, have you posted any new racing videos lately that the boomers can check out? I know you're drag racing out there for those that don't know. Okay. Ryan Shore says double funk at 20K. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, I'll probably pull out the funk if we cross 10K sooner than later, and we'll start this crypto prep rally and do that crypto walk. Start dancing on them. If you guys have been following the champ since the bull run 2017, you know, I bring out the sirens, I bring out funk music, and we do a crypto pep rally like no other. John Xavier is laughing at the SJW coin. Yeah, that's what they're calling it now. They're saying, what's going on with Cardano? Now, people on the forums are calling it a SJW coin, which I thought was funny. I thought it was a funny, you know, way to label it. But again, I'm rooting for it. I'm not against Cardano. I like it. Ready to put some Cardano steak on the Barbie over this summer. That's right. Throw it on the barbecue. Let's see if it can cook up. I like it medium rare out there. Queen's Races blew his motor. I'm not sure if he is still racing, but he's got some interesting videos on his channel if you guys want to check that out. Kaboom to you, champ, says Marlon. Shout out to Marlon, like a day one boomer, guys. Like, I think Marlon's been here longer than most of you guys. Jigger Romes is out here. Shout out to Jigger Romes. Revolutionist is here as well. Let me turn off these coins, share my screen, hit refresh. We'll check out the rundown here on CMC, the coin market cap. Check out today's mathematics, and we'll talk about this Bitcoin time traveler via some Reddit posts. I think they go back as far as 2013, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll talk about that interesting story. Not that I believe it, of course, but, you know, it's interesting nonetheless. Okay, we got the market cap now at $270 billion worldwide. Bitcoin dominance is at 56.8. It's about the same. It seems like we've stabilized here in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin at 86. So maybe going down slightly. Okay, we're maybe looking for a support level, searching for that perfect support level for the short term. We got Ether at 269. We got Bitcoin Cash at 431. EOS has now entered back into the top 5 spot at 789. It's up 8%. Shout out to EOS. And for those that are, you know, gunning for Cardano, EOS is slowly moving closer and closer to Ethereum. I mean, it still has some ways to grow, but, you know, a quick 4X on EOS, and it may be right there with Ether. And you know that EOS now dominates the majority of the decentralized application market share. You can check out those dApps that are popular via State of the dApps or dApp Radar. If you're not using some dApps out there, don't call yourself a crypto boomer. Don't call yourself a crypto boomer if you're not using some dApps. Everybody's talking about adoption. It's up to you to start using the cryptos, and not only just for payments and buying products, but you can use them on these decentralized applications, whether it be decentralized exchanges, games, Brave browser, which is not so decentralized, but it is a crypto application that you guys should look into. And I'm going to say this in all my live stream. Download the Brave browser. Start earning BAT tokens simply by surfing the web. I have a link down below, and do it now. Fuckhead and McJed with a smiley face. I see you, Niagara Gardner. I see you, Kaboom. Queen's Races says, yeah, champ, blew my motor Sunday at the track. Video will be up on the weekend. Sooner if I have time. Okay, so Rev's a drag racer out there. He blew out the motor. Okay, that's an interesting video to check out. William Battles here. He says, hey, everybody, good morning. John Xavier says, Queens went nuts on the track. Crazy speed, but kaboom, his motor is done. Okay, sorry to hear that, but probably some interesting content. I'm sure you'd probably get some hits for that. Oscar Olivares is here. Yes, sir, I agree with the champ. Shout out to Oscar. Nice to see you back here, Oscar. We got Litecoin there at 113. So that one's up as well. You know, Litecoin down 1% in the past 24 hours, but Litecoin had a run yesterday. Litecoin had a run yesterday as we approach that Litecoin halving. And, you know, Litecoin's the right coin, in my personal opinion. I like it better than Bitcoin Cash, but I must admit Bitcoin Cash is performing like a slugger. Okay, it's probably due to the name brand, you know, and, you know, some may argue it's more in line with Satoshi's vision, not the SV coin, but, you know, the actual white paper than Bitcoin is. But Bitcoin's still here to stay. Binance is down. I'm questioning whether it's a good time to take a stab at Binance, guys. Binance still soaring at its all-time high. You got Stellar at 13 cents. I think there's some news there with Stellar. I was checking on CoinDesk. I'm going to check that out during the stream as well. Cardano at 8 cents. It's up slightly. Tron at 3 cents. Satoshi Vision is at 118. You know, I don't like this coin. I don't like the people behind it. I think they're toxic to crypto. Monero at $96, Dash at 165. Let's see the winners and the losers today. Solve. And this is a new coin. You know, these new coins that creep on into the top 100 out of nowhere. I'm not necessarily interested in them. I think the majority of them are probably garbage. Maybe a few of them are good, but let them settle in the top 100 for some time before I start taking stabs at them. These like third, fourth generation altcoins. Metaverse at 113 is up as well. PoonDX, this one's been around now for some time. PoonDX, I know some of you boomers were talking about that. I'm going to look more into PoonDX. Zcash is another privacy token that I am attracted to. Okay, I believe you can earn Zcash via the Coinbase Earn program. I have a exclusive invite link where you could start earning some cryptocurrencies, starting with Stellar via Coinbase Earn. Just for watching a video and answering a few questions, you can get some free Stellar, and then you can get into the BAT and 0x and Zcash as well. So do it now. I got a link down below for that. You got True Chain, and then EOS is up. Maximine, Hollow. This one, guys, I've talked about this one, Hollow Chain, and this one's being memed hard on the forums as well as Chainlink was just last year. And we saw what happened with Chainlink. Chainlink is still booming at $1.21. I told you guys about Chainlink, and we had it in our crypto portfolio back when it was like 30 cents. Chainlink is moving, okay? And I believe that Hollow Chain is like the next Chainlink when it comes to like memes and being really shilled on the forums. I don't know how long they're here to stay, but it seems like they're slowly rising. Let's see if there's any price deals out there. Crypto.com at 667. I like this blockchain. I've said this several times the past live stream. Crypto.com is a service that allows merchants to accept cryptocurrency payments. Okay, so they have a revenue model. It seems like they got things together. They got two tokens, the MCO and the CRO, if I'm not mistaken. You can get a masternode for 500,000 CRO tokens, which is roughly about $30,000 or $40,000. I think the passive income for that masternode at the current rates are somewhere like $400 a month, if I'm not mistaken. So that could be an opportunity. I've been considering that as well. Insight, I don't know much about. Bitcoin is up. Dent, Raven, AI on this one is another decentralized application platform. I've covered AI, and I think I have a whole video dedicated to it. And of course, basic attention token is down. So out of these, I would say I'm interested in Crypto.com. I'm interested in basic attention, and then Theta Fuel. You know, we got a baby bag of Theta. This is the second token on the blockchain, Theta Fuel. It's a video platform. And I wouldn't sleep on it because I think that YouTube is eating itself from the inside, from within. It's cannibalizing itself. If you ask me, YouTube continues with the censorship and the funny bunny, guys. YouTube is getting funnier every day. You know, it's run by the bagel. It's run by the crypto cucks, or not even crypto cucks, but just cucks worldwide. These SJWs, and they're trying to censor hard. You know, some of our videos out here have been deemed not suitable for advertisements. We've received some soy EMPs during live streams and been cut off. The censorship's real, so it's important to find alternative video platforms. That's why I like things like DLive, I like Theta, and others. Shout out to Steve. Shout out to FN Base. Shout out to William Battles. I love me some Pundi. Pundi's now the national crypto of the United Arab Emirates. It's reaching out to rural farmers in Indonesia and helping to keep people from starving to death in Venezuela. Okay. Dolphin 134 is here. Kaboom. Mark D says, Rev, feeling another big run is coming for Ripple. You know how I feel about that. Snowmaid's here. Yo, champ. Rev says, yeah, Mark, it's all about the profit. FM Base says, Oive. William Battle says, probably. I think scarcity will ultimately drive that one up. There's only so long they can keep releasing 1 billion Ripple a month from the company vault before it all gets bought up. I'm not a believer in Ripple. It's trash bags. Toxic to crypto, guys. I want nothing to do with it. CryptoZilla says, soy EMPs. You know the deal. And you guys have been, you know, here live when we get knocked offline mysteriously. We must move away from YouTube and any other platform that is about politics or sides with just one side, says Tank Poker. We're looking for those alternatives out there, Tank Poker. DLive and the Steam platform being one. I know DLive is no longer with Steam, but, those are two options. And then you got Theta and others. Paul Webley says Litecoin is the right coin. I believe that. John Xavier just dropped $5 in the bucket. Shout out to Queen's Races on his poor motor. Kaboom. Thank you, John Xavier. Let me drop some ducats here in the bucket. Guys, follow John's lead. Don't show up to the party empty-handed. Don't be one of those boomers that shows up to the party with no bottle, no smoke, and tries to consume everything else. Don't be a consumer only. Be a producer as well. Follow John's lead. You could drop some ducats here in the bucket to show love to the champ, the baby champ, and the young boomette here, and the whole Nakamoto family. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate you. Steve says, first time I caught you in live in month. My portfolio has been booming, champ. Congratulations, Steve, and welcome back to the box. Let me drop a bomb for you. Queen says, champ, I have to do a compression test on my motor first to find out what happened. But yeah, I need more time to post up more content. Yeah, do that. And, I'll send people over there. I appreciate you, Queens. Batman says, moon up the like. Shout out to Batman. I hope you've been going to the gym, Batman, staying strong. Guys, let's talk about this Bitcoin time traveler story that I came across. I think it was CheppyCap.com. Let me show you the screen. And I have this article linked down below. I normally don't read articles in their entirety, but I probably will this time. So the title of this article is Bitcoin Time Traveler was right since 2013 and predicts $100,000 Bitcoin for 2019. When Bitcoin poised to change the world, lifting humanity to another dimension, you shouldn't be surprised that Bitcoin time travelers will exist in the future. Kaboom to Queen's Races. Boom. Thank you for the 3. Let me drop some dollars. In 2013, a man came from 2025 to tell the Bitcoin community what the world will look like. And looking back at his message almost 6 years later, his Bitcoin price predictions turned out to be spot on. Okay, trader Crypto Rand reminded the cryptocurrency community today about the popular post shared on the Bitcoin subreddit in August 2013. In that post, self-proclaimed time traveler Luca Magnotta shared an important message from the future. I am sending this message from the year 2025. Things are looking bleak here, and some of you will carry blood on your hands. He started his story that began with hope for the Bitcoin community, but ended in a rather dark way. Magnotta described what the world would look like after Bitcoin disrupted the banks and destroyed the US dollar, and how the price of Bitcoin evolved over time. On average, every year so far, the value of Bitcoin has increased by a factor of 10, from a tenth of a dollar in 2010 to $1 in 2011 to $10 in 2012 to $100 in 2013. From now on, there's a slight slowdown as the value increased by a factor of 10 every 2 years to $1,000 in 2015, $10,000 in 2017, and $100,000 in 2019, and ultimately $1 million in 2021. The time traveler who posted his write-up in 2013 was right about the Bitcoin price in 2015, which was 1,000, and in 2017, which is 10,000. For 2019, he predicts a Bitcoin to hit 100,000, and in 2021, Bitcoin will cross the $1 million mark, an event that will make John McAfee extremely happy. He won't have to eat his penis, like he said. He made that bet. In his Reddit post in 2013, the 2025 time traveler continues describing what the world looks like with Bitcoin taking over. He doesn't say anything about Bitcoin's price after 2021 because the dollar is no longer used, nor is any central bank issued currency for that matter. There are two main forms of wealth in today's world: land and cryptocurrency. The time traveler says that on average, every person owns just under 0.003 Bitcoin. However, due to the unequal distribution of wealth in his world, the mean person owns just 0.001 Bitcoin. Magnotta continues to say, that's right, most of you reading this today are rich. I personally live next to an annoying young man who logged into his old Reddit account 2 years ago and discovered he received a tip of 0.01 Bitcoin back in 2013 for calling someone a faggot when he was only a 16-year-old boy. That's funny. There are a lot more mind-blowing developments coming from the time traveler, but at the end of his message from 2025, he describes a world that isn't very tempting. I can go on reading this entire article, but I think you guys got the point. There's this poster there on Reddit, and he's making some solid price predictions that have been on point so far. Guys, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about it. If you'd like to read this article in its entirety or share it, it's via cheppycat.com. Posted by Jelmer van der Dusen. If I'm not mispronouncing that, excuse me. But the title of the article is Bitcoin Time Traveler was right since 2013 and predicts $100,000 Bitcoin for 2019. Drop a comment. Let me know. I'm going to go ahead and check out the chat box here. I know I missed a couple of messages. CryptoZilla says he saw a very interesting analysis that China's social credit system is being adopted in the West. That would be not a good thing. You know, China is a bunch of commies. Main events here, kaboom to you. You don't follow what they like or say, things that they don't want out there, then you get banned and accounts shut down. You know, what do we call this? Capitalist socialism. It sounds like a tyranny if you ask me, CryptoZilla. Rev says, man, if Bitcoin hits $1 million, what profits will I make with Cardano? Well, you're going to be feeling some type of way if Cardano doesn't deliver and Bitcoin continues going up. Rev, don't sleep on the bits. You know, you can continue holding your Cardano, but at least have one Bitcoin just in case, in my opinion. Jigaromes will be with Rev at the Cardano Citadel, like the Cardano Castle. Queen's Racist says, champ, got no censor. McAfee won't have to eat his penis. John Xavier, I want to read it. Yeah, I have the article linked down below if you want to read that. Oscar says, life is stranger than fiction. That's true. William Battle says, nah, crypto ain't dispersed enough. If you are in this stream, it means you're going to be the tippy top in 10 years. See you all at the Citadel. Shout out to William Battles. Marlon Jones says, I'm going to bet against 100K Bitcoin in 2019. I'll be happy with 15K Bitcoin in 2019, says Marlon. And, you know, I'm going to be in agreement with Marlon. I think that, you know, 100K for 2019 is a little wild, if you ask me. I'm not believing it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not believing it. And I'm not even believing that we're going to hit all-time highs this year, if you ask me. I still stand by, you know, we'll be somewhere around this price at the end of the year, I'm thinking. I think we may run up past 10,000 or close to 10,000 maybe this summer. There could be a pullback and it could retrace to where we're at right now. Would be my price prediction. I think the run-up is going to come as we approach the halving in 2020, similar to how Litecoin is starting to gain weight now as it approaches halving in August. That's right. Oscar says Litecoin halving is 60 days away. I'm curious, though, if nothing is valued in USD, what will one Bitcoin truly be able to buy? And we'll see. You know, I think, you know, there's only 21 million Bitcoins. And the majority of, there's a significant amount of Bitcoin that has been lost. People have lost their private keys. So there's technically less than 21 million Bitcoin that's going to be in circulation. Right now, what is it? There's like 17 million. Not all the coins have been mined. Yeah, 17.7. So about, you know, almost 18 million right now are currently in circulation. There's supposed to be 21 million total. But, you know, people have lost their keys and whatnot. And, you know, in the future, being that the coin is not fungible, some of those tokens could be blacklisted and not accepted. So, you know, that's why I'm, you know, interested in fungible tokens. You know, all it takes is people to start, you know, blacklisting some tokens. And, you know, those could not be accepted. 10K could happen this week, says Mark D. Yeah, it can. It can. You know, that's possible. Bitcoin's going to be 1 million. Cardano will be 30 cents, says Queens. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, this upcoming month for Cardano is going to be very decisive. So let's see, you know, but again, you know, Cardano's not the one that's going to be the world global reserve currency. It's got to be in the form of Bitcoin, and it has to be something simple. You know, things like Cardano, EOS, and these things have a lot of features, but you know, I believe if there's going to be a global reserve currency, which I think there already is in the form of Bitcoin, it's because it's simple and it's, you know, robust. Like anything on Amazon, you'll be able to buy something valued in Satoshi, says William Battles. 300,000 Satoshi is all most people ever going to see. CryptoZilla says, if it goes up that high, then we will probably add more zeros below Satoshi's value. Void Pulse says Bitcoin can't go to 1 mil. Why? Because Void says governments wouldn't allow that. Listen, they said governments wouldn't allow it to go to 8,000 and it's moving. I believe in the Streisand effect. If you try to ban Bitcoin like they did in China several times, it's only going to cause the price to rise. Okay? Don't forget that the world's wealth is in very few people's hands. So if the majority starts going another way, you'll be surprised how things can move. Niagara Gardner says governments can't stop BTC. William Bano says they will if they embrace it full on. Punish GT, what do you think about ETH? Will it pump to 1K? I don't know, man. I'm going to be honest, Punish. I'm not too positive when it comes to Ethereum for the long gun, being that they haven't been able to scale. Now, there is some good news. JP Morgan added a privacy feature to the Ethereum-based Quorum blockchain, but it's, I don't know, it's JP Morgan, it's the bad guy, so I'm not sure. Right now, I think that something like Cardano may have more of a potential upside than Ether. And of course, EOS is the one right now, okay? If you don't know, Block 1, they just purchased, 300,000 or a lot of, I think 300,000 EOS worth of RAM, if I'm not mistaken. So it seems like they're about to make a big announcement. Guys, don't sleep on EOS. Don't act like Champagne hasn't told you about EOS. Batman thinks Cardano is Cardamom is a shit coin. Batman says Cardamom is a Japan ICO. Okay. Isom says Bitcoin is here to stay. It will migrate to the EOS platform where you'll get an EOS receipt for your Bitcoin. I mean, I could see how, you could get IOUs on different blockchains, but Bitcoin's here to stay, guys. Okay. Unless they start blacklisting coins. But at that point, I can see people... I can see the blockchain, adopting something like a Mimblewimble to make it fungible. Or if not, you'll always have these true privacy cryptocurrencies like Monero. Don't sleep on Monero, guys. Don't sleep on these fungible private coins. Let Champagne remind you. Oscar says, rack up on some miners, people. Graphic card shortage coming, says Oscar. Yeah, I don't know, Oscar. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, should you stack up on graphic cards or should you just buy more coins? That's another thing you could think of. If you have $5,000 to spend, would you just go and buy graphic cards and try to mine those coins and get your money back? Or should you just buy the coin directly? Isom said 3 million EOS. Okay, thanks for correcting me. I know that they bought a significant amount of RAM, so it was 3 million EOS worth. Thank you, Isom. Batman says Cardano Charles is a scammer nerd that all nerds believe. Does Charles lift? I don't trust him. Shout out to Batman. At least he's not looking like Vitalik. I'm sure he can bench more than Vitalik, but we got to get him in the gym as well. Let you guys know, get some Monero chart indicates incoming pump, says Marlon Jones. And listen, Monero doesn't like kaboom, but it doesn't doom. It's always going to be there, in my opinion. If they stick to the same plan, there's value in Monero. The most beautiful thing is, in the long run, it doesn't really matter what crypto you like to buy into. They will all rise in value in relation to the Satoshi as Bitcoin increases in value. That's somewhat true, but there's 2,000 plus cryptocurrencies on the market. I think the majority are going to fail in the long run. You may be alluding to the blue chippers, the top 10, the top 20, something like that. Like a wave coming into the harbor. As Bitcoin goes up, all others will rise as well. Yeah. Rising tide lifts all ships. Revolutionist says, I'm going to start stacking Monero. Listen, Monero is like, again, don't expect it to like kaboom, but it's a good store of value. I would say it's a great store of value. Punish GT says Cardano will hit 50 cents when Shelly out. Let's see. And then Dolphin 134 says Ethereum Classic's like a turtle. Marlon Jones says, I got me a little baby bag of Monero after scanning the charts. And he's talking to Revolutionist. Yeah, a little baby bag. I wouldn't throw the whole, the whole kitchen sink at it, but it's nice to have. That one is definitely. Look, in my opinion, I've said this countless of times, and I will continue to say this. Monero is the truest crypto in the top 15. Okay, out of all the Monero is more of a crypto than Bitcoin is at this moment because you have off-chain solutions via the Lightning Network. Okay, and the coins are not fungible. But at this point, I think Bitcoin is kind of a runaway train, and it's already being used as the world global reserve currency, if you ask me. If not, if you haven't realized it by now, in my opinion, people will realize soon. Punish is all in Cardano, but he has a small bag of ETH. And so do I. You know, I'm talking crap about ETH all the time, but I still have a small bag that I've been holding since before Ether was $100. Nice one, Marlon. Monero is Dollar Vigilante's #1 choice for 2019, says Rev. And shout out to Dollar Vigilante. I like his channel. I'm not an anarchist, and I don't think that's the final solution, but I respect him. Oscar says Monero runs the dark web, and Bitcoin did at one point. And you know what really runs all the dark black markets? Fiat cash. William Battle says, I love Monero. If you have used the Starbucks free Wi-Fi anytime within the last 3 years, then your phone has mining Monero for Starbucks. That's probably true. 10 Moneros, my baby bag, says Marlon. There you go. Congratulations. Rev says, yeah, Jigger. Marlon says, I got a big bag of ETH. I know you've been bullish on ETH, Marlon. I know you are waiting to start staking the ETH. And they very well may, implement that and start staking it. But for the long run, unless they really do some scaling to their capacity utilization, I'm seeing EOS creep up little by little and may knock it out the box. I think Cardano will be big 1 to 3 years from now. Hashtag Lambo. It certainly has a great idea. Okay. It certainly has a great idea. And if they can, hit all the beats, cross all the T's, dot all the I's, it's definitely could be a contender, but we got to, be honest with each other. Right now, it's just a bunch of promises, guys. And you know what it is? There's every coin has a promise here in the crypto market cap. And if you've been around for a while, you want to stick with blue chip coins that have a strong community, that have people actually using the coin. I shared with you guys Blocktivity's website not too long ago. I'm going to share it with you again. And you can see the coins that are actually being used. Okay, I'll show you right here. Blockchain activity matrix. One way to consider a blockchain project is through its market cap. Another way, closer to the real value, is observing the activity on the blockchain. Okay, the most used blockchain in all of crypto right now is EOS. Okay, they have over 16 million transactions per day. Okay, and their capacity utilization is about 25%. Kin is another one that is #2 as far as usage. BitShares, #3, which is my favorite decentralized exchange. I have a link to join BitShares, and you should be a member of or join a decentralized exchange, log into one. You can't call yourself a crypto boomer if you keep using these centralized exchanges. BitShares is, in my opinion, the most solid DEX right now. Maybe that's not forever, but I think at present it is. TRX is being used, and then Steam, #5. And I've said this before. What's interesting is that EOS, BitShares, and Steam, those 3 tokens dominate the top 5 most used blockchains, and they're all developed by Dan Larimer. Bitcoin is #6. ETH is #7. So check that out, guys. What's the rate of return for staking ETH, says FM Base? Right now, it hasn't been implemented. Right now, it's just a bunch of promises. They have not changed to proof of stake yet. EOS may have users. ETH has the world backing. I got a little EOS, but I've been telling you, champ, don't sleep on energy. Greatest community is crypto and growing daily. And I know you've been talking about that for a while, energy. But EOS does have a pretty solid community backing as well. And you can see, it's the #1 used crypto right now. So if Cardano waits 1 to 3 years, Ethereum will already be scaled by then, not to mention EOS and Tron. I agree with that, Nepe. They better start moving immediately. William Battle says, careful on margin trading. If money is the root of all evil, then finance is dancing with the devil. I'm not saying don't do it. I agree with you, William. I don't do that type of stuff. I'm not into shorting or any margin trading or anything like that. Champ is more of a hodler. Marlon believes in energy will easily crack $5 to $10 this year. And Sorian George says, what do you think about Viacoin? I think someone talked about that yesterday in the box, but I don't know anything about it. I haven't looked into it. Zenyatta says many EOS accounts are botted. Okay. But regardless, even if, many of them are botted, they still have an activity that's way above most other blockchains. So there is a lot of people on that blockchain. And the fact that most of these dApps that were running on Ethereum, they already moved to EOS. Batman says, how many ETH to stake? I believe it's going to be 30 Ethereum tokens. Dolphin134 says, Ethereum Classic in the game number 16. Nobody talking or using it. The transactions are impressive for not being used. I was more of a believer in Ethereum Classic a few months back. I even had it originally in our portfolio. But since then, I've kind of lost belief in it, being that it's not really being used. It's easy to develop on EOS now, says Isom. I'd be curious which really has more users, EOS or Steam. I mean, I'm sure that this Blocktivity is not tracking users, but transactions. Okay. I think right now maybe Steam has more users. I mean, Steam has a great community, and I know Main Event is a Steamosaurus. And let's see if there's going to be something similar to Steam on EOS, or if they could update Steam to somehow curb its rate of inflation and decrease the power of downvoting there. More people have $100 than $1 million. Thus, EOS will have more users, but high-value transaction in DeFi economy will be sent on ETH. I see you're a ETH believer, and hopefully, hopefully it moves. I got a bag, Marlon. I got a bag. 47 crypto maniacs watching worldwide. Let's go ahead and recap. We were talking about the Bitcoin time traveler price predictions. There's an article circulating there on cheppycap.com. That's titled, The Bitcoin Time Traveler Was Right Since 2013 and Predicts a $100,000 Bitcoin for 2019. This is via a post by a gentleman named Luca Magnotta back in 2013 on Reddit. He shared an important message from the future. He says, I'm sending this message from the year 2025. Things are looking bleak, and some of you will carry blood on your hands. He started his story that began with hope for the Bitcoin community, but ended in a rather dark way. He goes on to say, on average, every year so far, the value of Bitcoin has increased by a factor of 10, from $0.1 in 2010 to $1 in 2011 to $10 in 2012 to $100 in 2013. And from then on, there's a slight slowdown as the value increases by a factor of 10 every 2 years, 1,000 in 2015, 10,000 in 2017, and then 100,000 in 2019, and a million in 2021. So far, he's been right. Up to now. Let's see if he's right. He also goes on to say, the time traveler says that on average, every person owns just under 0.003 Bitcoin. However, due to the unequal distribution of wealth in his world, the mean person owns just 0.001 Bitcoin. That's right. Most of you reading this today are rich, says Magnotta. I personally live next to an annoying young man who logged into his old Reddit account 2 years ago and discovered that he received a tip of 0.01 Bitcoin in 2013 for calling someone a faggot when he was a 16-year-old boy. That's pretty funny. So go ahead and read it. That's the price predictions. And of course, I don't believe in time travel as of late. But you got to, don't trust in it, verify. You know the deal. Currently, people are sending low-value transactions, gambling, wait for DEXs to boom, and crypto lending to take off, or derivative products. When that gets popular, watch Ether's users catch up. You got a point there as far as like the low-value transactions and the gambling. That definitely adds to the amount of transactions that are going on. That's true. Bitcoin time traveler said Ripple will be 1K in 2021. LOL. Yeah. You know he don't mention that. Ripple's trash, guys. Come on. You've been around long enough. Who uses Ripple? Okay? Come on, guys. EOS is launching a social media platform on Saturday. It will reward users of the platform with EOS as ISIM. Yeah, that's what the speculation has been, that they're going to do something similar to Steam on EOS. Let's see. Jigger Rome says, some woo-woo psychic said Digibyte will be the golden bulldozer, like $6 to $8 in a couple of years. Take this for what it's worth. Digibyte shillers come and go. I'm not completely convinced, although I have nothing against Digibyte. When high-value transactions, 10K or more, are being sent regularly using smart contracts, ETH will dominate in these transactions. Simply banking will be done on ETH, gambling, EOS, and Tron. Right now there's a lot of gambling on both EOS and Tron. Majority of it's on Tron. But I don't think that. I think that there's a lot more room to do things on EOS. Don't sleep on EOS, guys. And don't act like Champagne has been rocking with EOS since the beginning, and it's slowly moved up to now a top 5 coin. Sinister Connection says Ripple will become the world currency. That is a joke. Get out of here with the Ripple stuff. I don't want any Ripple funny bunnies here in the box. It's toxic to crypto. I don't want to hear anything about it. Rev says he heard that Digibyte will become a boomer. Yeah, I heard that a few times, but I'm not convinced either. I'll take a few more comments and questions. We got 51 crypto maniac boomers. Check out the link I have down below talking about this Bitcoin time traveler that was right since 2013. He's predicting for $100,000 Bitcoin. What else did he say as far as Bitcoin taking over the banks or whatnot? I think I read it. I'm not going to read you guys the entire article. I think it's important to for you guys to check it out on your own. But $100,000 Bitcoin is what he's predicting for 2019, and $1 million by 2021. That would make John McAfee very happy, right? 1 million Satoshis for being a troll, and the kid gets his life reinvented. That's funny. Jason Parent says that by 2020. Hit those likes and subscribe, says Oscar Ruiz. Marlon says, if a user wants to send $1 million or more, they will use Bitcoin. If smart contract is needed, they will choose ETH. If you need a high degree of trust, ETH and Bitcoin. I got a nice bag of Digibyte years ago just hodling, says John Xavier. Congrats to you. Marlon, are you holding any EOS? Are you holding any EOS? Don't sleep on that one either. I'm not saying that, to dump your ETH, because I certainly have, but I'm not convinced. Even with all the things you're saying, I'm not entirely convinced. Unless they could bring out this scalability and make it work, there's other alternatives. But maybe you're right, Also, for gambling degenerates, don't sleep on IOST. It's creeping into gambling DApp games. Absolutely. We've talked about that as well. Marlon says, yeah, he's holding EOS and he's loving it. There you go. All right. So we're rocking with some of the same coins. Let's go ahead and take a little peek over there to our crypto portfolio that we've been managing here virtually before we sign off. And you guys can check out some of the coins that we have been holding as a community. And you can see that our bag is now worth $24,000. Okay, we started off with $10,000 and bought into some coins, and we did some swing trades, but not too many. And again, maybe it's time to get into some other coins, but I'm going to hold the bag as is right now. You can see the bags that we hold are Bitcoin, Litecoin, Binance, Cardano, Monero, Theta, Ontology, Wax, 0x, and Decentraland. Okay, the majority of the bag being in Bitcoin, and we also have some, and Litecoin. So we got 42% in Bitcoin, 20% in Litecoin, and then 15% in Binance. Champ, I started to use Brave. It's nice, man. Really like. Yeah, congrats. And I really like it. It's just the same as Google Chrome, and you can get paid. It's not too much, but you can get paid a few bats just by checking out some ads. So you're right. And thank you to Marlon. He says he tipped me some bat. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Marlon. Let me drop a bomb for you. Some coins there off the ceiling. If you guys you could tip your favorite content producers right there via the browser, which is sexy. Mike subscribes, says Mana. Yeah, I like that token. I think it's a cool idea, you know, virtual reality token. And that's an ERC20 token. That's one that's running on the Ethereum blockchain. Sorian says, Marlon, I like BAT. Don't sleep on BAT. I think that, you know, it has a use case scenario. People are using it and they're generating revenue. So I wouldn't sleep on it. I can see that coin increasing in value. Revolutionist says, don't FOMO into buying miners, guys, as profitability tends to drop fast. And that's what I responded to. I believe it was Oscar. You know, is it good to buy a miner, or is it better just to get the coin that you want? William says, don't even bother mining unless you got really cheap electricity. Batman says, you're the best, champ. Always like hearing your voice. Respect to all the kaboomers. Thank you so much, Batman. I appreciate you. Average cost in the States, 11 cents per kilowatt hour, says William Battles. And Marlon Jones just dropped me some fiat here in the super chat. He says, nice job on using Brave Champ. Tip you some BAT. Need you on D Live now. Now here's a little fiat. Thank you so much, Marlon. And my understanding is D Live is no longer on the Steemit blockchain. They went their own way. I know they got PewDiePie on there, and I may check it out. You know, I was using D Live before they went their own way. I have some videos there on D Live. I don't know if they still remain now that they moved on over, but I'll check out the new D Live, because we need some alternatives to YouTube, guys. You know, YouTube's censoring everybody, and they are changing the algorithms and not sending people post notifications, not allowing people to monetize their videos. It's, you know, it's getting out of hand out there with the lefties running YouTube. How do you tip with fiat, says Isom. Right here in the chat box, you can click the $sign, and you can send via Google directly here on YouTube. You could send some, you know, Google handles the payment, and it's a fiat currency. Oscar Ruiz says, D-Live treasure box is not the way I like. I don't know about the treasure box or how D-Live's working as of late, but I used it in the very beginning. In fact, I have a how to use D-Live, how to stream live on D-Live video that has been getting a lot of hits ever since PewDiePie went on D-Live. But that was back when D-Live was on the Steem blockchain. My understanding is that it's basically new and improved, and I haven't been on it since then. On that note, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and tune this broadcast down and enjoy the rest of my day. I'll be back tomorrow morning, late morning or early afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, with the good crypto word. I hope you got some value from this broadcast. I'm glad that the price is currently where it is, and I can see us maybe even running to 10K, but I'm expecting the major bull run to happen next year. But where we're at now is favorable. Thank you, Isom, for the £2, or was it pounds or euros? I think that's pounds. Thank you so much for the tip out there. I appreciate it. Let me drop some dollar bills here, some ducats in the bucket. Marlon's talking about free energy coins. Hit the Discord and register at the Energy Rain channel if you're interested in that. I'm not sure if Marlon's made videos on that, but you should, Marlon. You should. My cousin works graveyard shift IT, uses work computers to mine. And William Battles is looking forward to the next generation of them coming out, though. He's talking about those miners. And I know Rev had miners at one point, but he found it more profitable just to buy the coin. Oscar wants the price to drop. Yeah, people want the price to drop now so they can get a discount. But, you know, maybe you wait for a little dip now that it's around 8,000, or maybe it dips a little, you know, to 83 or 85. I don't know. But I think we'll get close to 10K some point this year, and there will be a pullback again, and we'll end the year somewhere around, I'd said 8,000, maybe 9,000, just short of 10K, I'm saying. Again, no one knows, though. You know, don't take the champ's opinion like it's actually going to happen, because no one really knows. Peace to William, peace to Rev, peace to Oscar, Isom. He says, go EOS indeed. Don't sleep on EOS, guys. Let me go ahead and shout out everybody that gave me a tip there on the super chat. Shout out to John Xavier for the $5. Kaboom to you. Shout out to Queen's Races for the $3. Kaboom to you. Shout out to Marlon Jones for the $5. Kaboom to you. Shout out to Ison for the £2. Kaboom to you as well. Appreciate it. This goes to your baby's diaper and formula and milk fund. We got the young boomers and the boomettes here growing strong. On that note, thank you to everybody. Tune in. Catch me tomorrow, guys. I'll be back. It's the voice of the blockchain, the crypto commander in chief, your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning